All right, we're back. We got another Jaguar ignition lock repair or rebuild. Basically, here's the customer key. Doesn't work no more. As you can see, the key's jacked up. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decode the lock, figure out what the exact cuts are, cut a brand new key, and then rebuild both these locks to match this key. Let's see if the remote works. Doesn't work. Hopefully it's a battery change. If not, I'll just take the circuit board, put it in an electronic solution. You'll notice that on some of the circuit boards it'll have that green corrosion stuff. Then if you look around your buttons, they barely want to push in. They're stuck. Sometimes there's a 50-50 chance I could bring life back to a existing remote. Most cases, you just got to change out the remote. But we'll see what happens. All right, I'll come back in a little bit. All right, this puppy is done. This 03 X-Type, this is done. It's been rebuilt. Everything's good. I got the remote to work. Here we go. Button 1, 2, 3, 4. All good. What I did was I changed out their button pad. Here's the old parts for that. I saved the bottom half. The bottom half the chip that starts the car now. So what I did was I cut the brand new key. Here's the old one, all chewed up. Here's the new key blade. So what I did was I cut this on my manual machine. I've been using that manual machine since I want to say the middle 90s. I got pretty good at it. And plus it just gives me a nice smooth key. You're probably wondering why I have the lock inside of the steering column. Here you go, 1, 2, 3. I like to feel the different positions, how it's going to respond in a car. Oh, here's a key that I cut on my computerized. Sometimes it don't give me a smooth key like I want. See, look. It gets stuck sometimes. I got to really work hard to polish it up and brush it until I get it to work right. My manual machine, I don't have that problem because I can make adjustments on the fly. I don't have to rely on what the computer cuts me. I can basically cut what I want. So in that situation. But anyway, here's the door lock. That's been rebuilt. Now, here's my little 2 cents. If you're going to rebuild the ignition lock, you might as well do the door lock. For a little extra, get the door lock done. I know some of y'all tell me, some of y'all slick, y'all got it going on, whatever. Y'all tell me, first thing y'all tell me, I don't need my door lock fixed. I got the remote. But guess what? The remote, they eventually stop working. Batteries go dead, or they just quit, period, done. They get old. So, in that note, you're going to end up like this customer here. This lock ain't been working for a while, but I guess they keep it in the garage. They keep it unlocked. So that's what's going to happen when your remote stops working. You're going to end up having to keep your car unlocked because you can't use your door lock. One day, kids, family, or you going to forget to leave the car unlocked. You're going to end up locking it. Then you got to pay somebody to come out and unlock it. Then you're going to realize, oh yeah, I should have got my lock fixed. So that's just food for thought. Just a little advanced planning, so you don't find yourself stuck in a situation in the future. Anyway, both these locks been rebuilt. I'll do it again. Nice spring action. Smooth. Ain't really much to say about that. You don't have to program the key. I already talked about that. Chips already programmed to the car. Everything's good. Once they put this back together, they'll be able to get into their doors. They'll be able to start the car nice and smooth. They'll be able to use the buttons. So, ain't really much to say about that. Now, those of you that call me and tell me y'all having trouble finding people, I can understand that because a lot of these cars are now being discontinued. The locks are being discontinued. Some mechanics don't even want to work on them. So, yeah, I could quite understand that. But the reason why I'm able to still rebuild the locks is I still have my keying kits. I have all my equipment from the, I got all my equipment from the 90s, but that particular machine and equipment, when I started doing this stuff, I wouldn't say mid-90s, around 95 or so, 96, I started getting into these keys. I started doing the longer keys, not the short ones, but and then now we up with these. So you need my help, give me a call. Go to the website, www.acm Locksmith Group. And like I always say, if you're having trouble finding people, it's always a few reasons. One, they may not get enough calls to justify buying equipment to do this. Two, They probably don't have the training needed to do it. So, just mindful of that. If you're going to look for somebody and you don't want me to do it, or you call me and you think my prices are too high, just call around. Just make sure, do yourself a favor. Ask important questions. How many of these have you done? You've been doing it for a long time. See what people say. You could tell when people are lying to you, or when people are fishing in their brain to see what they're going to say to you. This is what I do. I do it all the time. If you don't believe me, just go to my YouTube channel, go to the channel itself, and look at the videos. There's 600 plus videos of me doing all kinds of stuff. So, and that's about it. Oh, and here's another reason why I cut these on my manual machine. My computerized, I cut this on my computerized. Look, sometimes they get stuck. The machine don't always give me a nice smooth cutting key. My manual machine works a little bit better than my computerized. For one, I can make adjustments on the fly. That's about it. But y'all need my help? Give me a call. I'll tell you what to send me, how long it's going to take, stuff like that, what it's going to cost. And I appreciate y'all for watching. All you mechanics that send me these jobs, I appreciate y'all. And the rest of y'all, I appreciate you. See y'all on the next one.